So as soon as you punch something in, it shoots out through your whole company in real time, which means no more "I forgot to update the whiteboard" mishaps, or having to re-enter info in multiple locations. It automates the fun stuff like fuel tax and hours of service reporting, so all the regulation watchdogs stay happy. And it integrates with QuickBooks, Great Plains, and most other accounting software, which rocks since you're probably using one of them already. All of Prophecy's solutions are modular, which means you only get what you need. So if you're an LTL or truckload carrier, maybe you just need X. Or if you're a broker or 3PL, maybe you need X and Z but not Y. You get it. Here's the deal. Prophecy can make every part of your operation, from load planning to lane analysis, from shipping status to DOT rules, way easier and way more efficient. Here's the other deal. When you use Prophecy, you don't just get a new system. You also become a member of the Excelos Supply Chain Management community, which puts you in touch with manufacturers and shippers across the country and gives you credibility as a reliable, organized fleet. So basically, using Prophecy means you can start growing your business and start using your whiteboard for something fun. Learn more at mile.com or give us a call at 800-776-6706.
Okay, everyone, so that's just a little bit of a showing there of what most of our customers and most of our target market is using as of right now. And I want to talk to you guys a little bit about Prophesy and Excelos before we get into the actual program itself. Prophecy's been around for over 20 years, and it's a full trucking as well as brokerage software program for dispatching in the industry. The products are state-of-the-art, they're easy to use and easy to implement, and we've consistently been designed to work both with standalone as well as web-based applications. Excelos is our parent company, and they actually acquired Prophesy Transportation in 2008. Prophesy is now part of the leading supply chain management software company, which offers solutions like 3PL, warehouse management, and much more. So the biggest thing, talking about the new year, a lot of people have New Year's resolutions. People view it as being a way to start clean and start fresh, and I'm sure most of you do in your business as well. Going through the registrants and the way that people signed up, and it talks about what most companies are using and what you're using to manage all of your loads. And about 85% of the people that registered said that they were using Excel and QuickBooks. And that's what we typically find people are using in the industry if they don't have a software in place. And the great thing is that our program will be able to help you take it to that next level. So some people's resolutions that they have in their business is to become more efficient or have less paperwork, to be able to grow your business to the next level from, let's say, 2 trucks or a couple of trucks to 7 or 8, or from 7 or 8 to 15, and to grow from there. A good way to get organized, to work less, some people have as their New Year's resolutions, saving money, and this program will definitely do that too, because it will allow you to spend more time doing revenue-generating activities. And also some companies want to compete with the big dogs, and our program will definitely allow you guys to look professional and be able to compete along with them. So Prophesy OnDemand, it's business made simple. It's going to make things a lot more easier to use, more flexible, and a lot more organized, and we'll go through that. The program's web-based, so you guys will have access to this from anywhere you have access to the internet. So you can actually take vacations now and check online and see what's going on in your business. The way that the pricing is set up as well is that it's pay-as-you-go, which means that you pay month to month versus a large upfront cost, which has stopped a lot of the smaller-sized trucking companies before from getting a software in place. And you also will gain a better insight into your business and get a competitive advantage over everybody else by being able to know what's going on within your business on a daily basis versus having paperwork all over the place. So let's go ahead. We're going to take a look at the program. I'm literally going to take about 10 minutes to go through the program just to show you how it works and how we can make some key points easier for your everyday life. So each person in your company will get their own username and password when they log in. And once they log in, everything works on the left-hand side of the program. So we have a security section here. And in the security section, this is where a company profile will get set up here. And you'll be able to enter in your own logos into the program, and you'll have all your different terms and conditions in the program. This is also where you'll set up your user profiles for each of your users in the program too. The maintenance section. Most people are used to having pens and paper or Excel spreadsheets of their customers and database of all of them all over the place, whether it be in QuickBooks or Excel, even just on a pen and paper. Well, you can add them in here to create your own lists and database. You'll see with your customers, they'll all store into the system. And the great thing is that while entering something in once, it will always be in there. This is also where you'll be able to set up your driver's profile. Once you enter them into the system, you'll be able to keep track of their expiration details. And again, it's customizable to what you want to be able to keep track of for your expiration dates. You also will be able to set up how to pay your drivers and how you want to pay them to be able to do your trip settlements later on. Once you set that up, it may be by percentage or by mile, hourly, however you want to set it up. Once you set it up the way that you'd like to, it's going to make things a lot easier for you to be organized. After you set up the drivers, you can also set in the trucks in the program and trailers, and the same thing with the trucks and trailers. You can keep track of expiration details so that when the expiration date pops up, it'll notify you and let you know that maybe a sticker or a plate has expired. Once you enter everything into the system, then you'll be working the majority of your time in the dispatch section in the order browser. The order browser is kind of based off of the dry erase board, which we saw some people check off when they registered for signing up for the webinar. So some of you may be using a dry erase board. It's tough to see if you're in a different part of the office or even not in the office and know what's going on. So by logging onto here, you'll be able to see exactly what's going on with each of your orders and loads. Everything is sortable. You can sort by pickup dates, where their location is. You can also right-click and hide columns or add columns. It's very, very easy to create a new order into the system. And by doing that, all you need to do is click on Add New or Order Detail. You would select a customer. You would then put in your pickup and delivery locations. If you haven't entered them into the system before, then you can go ahead and enter them in here. Once you enter anyone into the system once, as I said, it will always be stored into the system. So it's just going to make things a lot more efficient and effective for you guys. Once you get all your picks and drops into the system, you would run total miles at the bottom, and it'll automatically calculate the miles here. This is also done based on our Prophesy mileage program. Once you've done that, you'd enter in the details of the order and what you're actually hauling for your customer, and then you'll put in the rates and extra charges for your customer, whether it be a flat rate, a pre-negotiated rate. If you do it by mile, you can do that as well. Any additional charges such as lumpers, detentions, tarps, fuel surcharge, you can do that. You can just add in a fuel surcharge, and it will automatically calculate it there for you. Again, just making everything nice and easy and organized. In this section here, this is where you're able to keep track of any internal notes, external notes, and you can also send emails out to your customer notifying them that you've created the order and picked up and delivered the order throughout the program. And that just makes it a lot more efficient than versus having to make phone calls and having to do that type of communication. If you ever need to create your own bills of lading, which is not very common, if you did, you could just click on that, and a new document will pop up. This is your bill of lading here that you can take and send out. You can print this off or you can email it out from the program. The next step to the order is by attaching a truck, trailer, and equipment to it. So you would go into here and you see I have a truck selected, a driver selected, and a trailer selected for the order. Once I've done that, now I know who's hauling the load for me. I can give my driver a trip equipment sheet report right here. This will have your company information. It'll have who the driver is. It'll also have where the driver's picking up and delivering. Of course, there's no rates on here either. So you can email this to the driver, or you can print it off and give it to them so they know what they're doing. After that, they'll give you a call. Let's say they're on their way to pick up the order. Once they pick up the order, you'll go up into the pickup and delivery section. You'll highlight the pickup location, and you would just say that they're on time. And by saying that they're on time, then an email will get created and sent out to your customer, letting them know that you've picked up the order for them. Same thing goes for when something gets delivered. You would just highlight the delivery, select on time, and then an email will get notified letting your customer know you've delivered the order. All throughout the way, anytime you're receiving check calls along with the trip, you can enter the check calls in the bottom here. You can enter in their city, state, date, their status, where they are when they call, and any specific notes, and then that can automatically get emailed to your customer as well. So the whole thing is about keeping track of the order along the way and knowing what's going on within the order. And the great thing is that so everyone in the business will know what's going on with the order just by looking at the screen here. The next step is to create an invoice for the order. So all you would need to do, once you receive the paperwork to create the invoice back from the driver, you'd highlight the order number, go up into the invoice section. You'll compare everything to make sure that it all checks out okay. We'll assume that it does, so you just hit save. And then a lot of times you'll receive paperwork, PODs or bills of lading that needs to get uploaded into the program. And the program will be able to do that. So you just scan it, hit Get Images, and you can upload your POD into the program here. So again, you don't have to worry about having that piece of paper on your desk or in a filing cabinet or even scanning it onto your computer where your computer could actually crash and you lose all the information. Because this is web-based, we actually store it on our servers for you, so you don't have to worry about ever losing the information. And you see you'll be able to reference it later on along with this order and order number. The next step is to print off the invoice. By printing off the invoice, all you need to do is you can hit print. You can email this out right from the program, or you can send it off from here. You'll see it has the company logo on the top left. That's where your logo would go. It has your company information here. It has who you're billing, where you picked up and delivered, and the amount that you're billing to your customer. Any terms and conditions that you guys have can be entered in the bottom so that it comes up each time. Now, a lot of people are thinking, okay, so what about with this? I have QuickBooks to do that. Well, the great thing with QuickBooks is that because you're creating your invoice in here, you don't have to go ahead and re-enter anything into QuickBooks. This will actually export and import into QuickBooks. And our training people will set that up for you guys. The same goes for the trip settlement section to pay your drivers. So you'll see here, this is where you can set up to pay your drivers. And all of that can be exported into QuickBooks as well. I'm going to pull up another load here just to show you exactly what I mean. So in the trip settlement section, if this driver was set up to be paid by percentage, it would hit percent revenue in here and it would automatically be populated. So let's say this was an owner-operator and they were being paid 85% on the load. I can update it, and you see it'll automatically calculate that there. I can also go into the payroll information section, and this right here I can enter in any reimbursements, any additions and deductions. This is also where the program calculates your state mileage. This gives a state-by-state breakdown as to each mile that was ran through for that trip. This will be exported into our tax tally program, and then all you would need to do is enter in the fuel receipts, and then at the end of each quarter, it'll take care of your IFTA tax reporting. So again, the majority of your time will be spent on the order browser section, which is going to replace your dry erase board, your Excel spreadsheets, and this way more than one person is going to be able to look at it. A great benefit to the program too is that this way, if one person is on the phone and the other person wants to see what's going on, they don't need to interrupt them. They can actually just look onto the board to see what's going on. There's many different reports that the program will run for you as well. There's expiration detail reports, profitability reports that just makes things a lot easier to be able to see a snapshot on how your business is being ran. I'll just run a quick one. And again, this is a test account, so you'll see by running this report here, it's going to show the profitability by customer, and it's going to show each customer that I ran through, the date that they ran it, as well as my gross profits and margins at the end of the load. You're also able, in the rating section here, to set up pricing matrices. So if you have pre-negotiated rates for your customers, they will automatically come up when you go to use them. ACE history. This is if you're going back and forth over Canada and U.S. borders. Support. A lot of people have questions when they first get started with us. This is a huge learning curve, and as a resolution for you to get more organized and started in the new year, you'll be able to have one of our training people contact you to go through step-by-step training and get you off the ground with using the program. If that training wants to be done on your own time, then you can check the training videos. And a lot of people learn at their own pace, so you can check out and see a video. And it's going to show you step-by-step on how to do something within the program. If that doesn't help, then we also have the documentation section, which is the user manual section. And the last section here we have is our mileage options. We have PC miler or a Prophesy mileage, where you can actually write in 2 locations. So we'll say from Miami, Florida to New York, New York. And I'll submit it. And it's going to show me how many miles it takes, the time. There's going to be a map here. It'll print the route off as well as it's going to print the miles by state for me. So that's another great little tool that's in part of this program. So again, it's going to make all your New Year's resolutions come true. It's going to get you more organized. You're going to run more efficient, more effective. You're going to be able to save time and spend more time doing revenue-generating activities. A huge benefit to our program and for all of you being Truckers B2B members is also our pricing. With our pricing, there's a one-time setup fee of $190. For the first user, it's $99 a month. And for each additional user, it's only $49 a month. But as a Truckers B2B member, you're actually able to get a 10% discount. So it's $89 a month for the first user and $45 a month for the second user. And as you can see, it's going to make everything nice and easy and organized for all of you. So at this point, what I'd like to do, everyone, is I'd like to open it up to any questions that you have. And then after that, we can go ahead and do the draw for the iPad Mini. Okay, at this point, I've unmuted everybody. So go ahead, if there's any questions, feel free to ask, and I can jump back in here. Okay. Everyone's just waiting for the free iPad draw. Is that it? Okay, so let's go ahead now. The final step, what we'll do, everybody, is we'll go through the draw for the iPad Mini, just a nice little holiday gift for everybody. So just to poll, of course, no Truckers B2B employees or Prophesy Excelos employees can win the draw. So the draw is being pulled now, and the winner is James Lee Sherman. James, are you there? James? Okay. I have you as a participant here. I guess you're muted off, so we will make sure that we get that out to you. James, can you hear me? Okay. Well, at this point, everybody, I'd like to thank you for taking the time for going through the webinar. I'd like to thank Truckers B2B and Thad and your team to be able to have us be a part of this, and look forward to building this relationship moving forward. Thad?
Yes, thank you very much, Ian. I do appreciate that. Thank you, everyone who attended. And congratulations, James, if you can hear me. If not, you can expect a call from your savings consultant to congratulate you and see what else we can do for you. Thank you all.
Okay. Thank you very much, everybody.